Greetings, beautiful souls. So, how is your dark night of the soul going? Today we will talk a little bit about how do you rise up from the dark night of the soul? What are your beliefs, how to change your beliefs, and how to be impeccable with your word. Now, if you watch my previous video, I talk about that the month of July, it's like going through collective dark night of the soul. And to all of you who I talk with, myself included, we are all going through a series and a series of things that are happening that really brings you on the bottom of that deep, dark pit, on the bottom of your own darkness, which could be called the dark night of the soul. Now, the dark night of the soul is not a bad thing whatsoever. It is actually exciting when there's something happening to you. It is nothing that we would, in the spiritual words, describe as the blissful and divine. And that's something, that would feel like, wow, it's more than like, oh God, here it is. But you need that, oh God, here it is. You need that for your transformation, because that's what we are going to. We are realizing who we are, where we are, and starting to see clearly our reality, what is working, what is not working. Now, obviously, we found a lot of things that are not working. And for that, we want to have a change, right? But a change doesn't happen that we abandon plan A and go to the plan B. The change happens when we transform from the plan A to the plan B. If I want to have this transformation, I need to look what went on, what is working and what is not working, and how I can learn the lesson from it, and I can transform it into the higher transformational belief and the pattern that I will manifest in my life to make my life better. Now, for that, usually the dark night of the soul is such a blessing in disguise, because it either consolidates everything that's happening to you, sort of, bringing it to the end. And you have that final lesson, you have that final realization of how your life used to be or what did not go well, and how you definitely are ready to do it differently. Or everything falls apart and you are in the deep, deep dark night of the soul, when you're suddenly feeling, on the bottom of the pit, when everything is chaotic around you and you cannot see your way out of it. So let's establish this, that this happened for us as a gift. Give us a gift of transformation. Because only when you see what is dysfunctioning or what does no longer serves you in the positive way, only then you are able to transform it into something different. Everything is energy. Everything that came here with us in this life, everything that we contribute, everything that pick and let go is the energy. So even this dysfunctional dark energy, as we can see it, or monsters that we create with our own talks and with our own actions, are energy, and we cannot just shove it somewhere or deflate it as the air from the balloon, because even that air from the balloon goes somewhere. The balloon is empty, but the air is all around you. We just took that air, transform it into the helium, fill the balloon that can be floating in your birthday party, and then you just deflate it. It's the air once again. It's just the structure of the air, or I guess you can scientifically define it, in a different words of that structure of that air, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the energy transforming the one form to the another form. So you are on the bottom, you are scraping up from the bottom, and naturally, neither of us wants to repeat this again. We want to live in a much better reality than we are today. But for that, we need to really observe our beliefs. What are your beliefs about yourself, about life, about the people around you, about society, about the country that you live in, about Earth? Because, like it or not, this is our world from now. We may feel that we came from the other worlds, that we are these aliens living in the human bodies, but we are living in the human bodies, in the environment of this earth, and that is what we have for this lifetime. So start to think about it, meditate, take a piece of the paper and start writing your belief and start to see where you feel limited. Now, your first beliefs can be written from that point where you are now. This is impossible. I cannot have a job because I don't have a good health. I feel, I have problems with my finances because I lost the job. Or anything, I cannot go on the vacation because there is a coronavirus. And anything that is there, go from the little things, come for the bigger things. What it is that you believe in. Then I want you to observe these beliefs. Your beliefs are based on how you were raised, and also in which country you were raised, which kind of the community you were raised, and so much on. I do believe that we are one. I don't see the difference between us, but I do see the difference in our personalities, and our personalities are shaped by the people who brought us to this world and by the people that we grew up with and around and so much on. I remember when I moved here to the USA in the 98, I was thinking that the Czech people think differently than the American people. And I talk about it, if I really want to have my successful life here, because it was my dream, I need to adjust my thinking of the people around me. I need to become one. It doesn't mean to single myself from where I came from, because that will always be part of me, but to adjust to the new collective kind of the thinking. So I have changed my belief. I had a lot of friends, Czech friends, who came here, were absolutely miserable and went back there because they have a really hard time to adjust themselves. And they may have another reasons, and please, there's no judgment what I'm saying. I'm just pointing out the beliefs. If that's gonna bring me to the conspiracy theories and doomsday. I have received so many videos and text and the messages like, what is coming next? That somebody prophesies that there's gonna be the coronavirus. After the coronavirus, there is a natural disasters. After natural disasters comes the shortage of the food, and then of course the famine and the wars and the end of the human race. Is that true? What do you believe in? What is the truth for you? Without any fears. See, our beliefs get very much tweaked, adjusted by our fears, by somebody who says something. So there may have been a phenomenal person who have been doing the readings and having a predictions, and all these predictions came true. So naturally you will start believing that this part of the prophecy has to come true. But what if there is a change in this prophecy? So into 2012, I want to say something else, but there's a high words about me. Into 2012, many people believed that there's going to be the end of the world. There were the mass suicides going on, and people were going through this, absolute a chaotic and the fierce kind of the feeling. And there were another kind of the group, which I'm glad that I was part of, who we believe that this is just a change of time, an opportunity to make greatest changes on this earth in our life, that it was an opportunity to step to absolutely new and different kind of the life. Of course, if I be a prophet, I don't know how many thousand years ago, I will prophetize it as the end of the days. But does it really mean that the earth's gonna, burst up in the flame, or there's not gonna be food and we're all gonna die hungry? That is the end of the, times? What if the end of the times just to mean the end in the collective consciousness and our opportunity to step into the new collective consciousness? Now, because the earth is the place of the free will, we do have a free will to set this future for us, believe or not. I know that if our free will is well squashed, a physical free will in our lives, and of course, why that would be. So it will suggest to you, it will send you up these beliefs that you do not have a free will, that you have to follow everything that is already predestined for you. But nothing, well, nothing. There are predestined things for us, but we can change them. That is the bottom line. So I want you to sit with it and really look at your beliefs. Now, what I wanted to say before 2012 was that in the Pleiadian Code 2, I was sharing this channeling about the Pleiadians, so literally sharing about these prophecies. And they said very interesting thing. They says that if the person, the channel is gifted into seeing into the future, that person obviously, can share some kind of the prophecies, can says, this and that will happen. But that is only for the reason that you can change it. In a very little short explanation, if I will see that I will get, I'll have this vision, or somebody tells me, you are going to have a car accident on the main street on the Friday afternoon. That means for me that I should not be in that place on the Friday afternoon, and that perhaps I should just sit home and wait this one out. It is a gift. It is a gift of warning for me what could possibly happen and how can I avoid it. Oh my gosh, isn't that spectacular? Now, then, so this is, the reason of the prophecies, that we can change the outcome of it. The Pleiadian says that there is no reason for bringing us this mass stress and mass chaos to all of us. If there would be something really bad happening that is not avoidable, that they can't help us or anybody can't help us, and we are just there, to die, then we probably would never know about it. It just happens, we suffer for a very short period of the time, and we are gone, out of these bodies, and so much on, see what is there next. There is no need for any mass chaos, for any suffering, for any collective unhappiness. It doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve us. What kind of the lesson you learning if you're living in absolutely hopeless time when there's no way out of it and we all die? I mean, there's no learning lesson out of it. At least I don't see it, or I don't understand it. And there's also, May says, okay, may serve to the dark side because that's what they want. The dark side wants to feed off your emotions. Dark side wants to have a buffet open, all you can eat buffet on your negative emotions. So yeah, dark side will keep feeding you with all of these fears and the worries and hopelessness and that kind of the feeling, because you're gonna make a lot of food for them, and that's what it is. So even the dark side doesn't really have any desire for you to completely enter your life into the doomsday. On contrary, even the dark side would help you to survive this, because otherwise there's not source of the food for them. Now I'm just thinking of the food and the lunch that my daughter just made. All right, back to the message. Well, how does it would feel when something happens to you and there's no, what is supposed to happen? So maybe you had a friend that you shared a healing 2 or 3 days before, and this friend died suddenly without any warning, without anything. And you wonder and you question, was it supposed to happen? Where's something off with my energy? Somebody must have totally blocked us, that we would not feel that there's something's going to be happening and we could save her or save him. You did not feel it because, again, there was no need for the chaos, for the fear, for the hopelessness, for this all kind of the feelings. This person already had a set up agreement that this will be the way that she passed away. And that's it. Bottom line, there's nothing really more. So there was nothing else to do to save her, because her time of the journey was done, was over, and they started a new journey up there. So there's go this prediction. So think about it. What the world wants you to feel and believe in, and what is it that you want to believe in. Now, your belief creates reality. This is what it is. We easily says, oh, we are living in the illusion, this is illusion, and so much on. I never really like much the word illusion, because the illusion is real. When you pinch yourself, is real. When you smell the good food and start salivating here in the room, it is real. So it's not just the illusion, that there's probably a lunch in the kitchen. There is a lunch in the kitchen. and our illusion, our talks create reality. So now we are in the most powerful time in the past 2000 years. I mean, we've been waiting for this time for about 2000 of years to create a new reality. But for that, naturally, this energy is helping us. It just doesn't speak to you word by word as you would like it to hear. So this energy is working with it. It's really, helping you to see clearly what is right, what is wrong, what is working, what is not working, what it is about your life. Once you're starting to sing it from that very neutral energy, without be influenced from the left to the right or the middle or from the back, because there's a lot of influence right in our life right now, trying us to make us believe in a different angles of everything. So stay in the middle so you can see clearly what is true and what is not true. And then sit very quietly. Embody a peace, really a deep peace, like, when you sit in the forest, you go for the walk and you sit down and you don't have to rush anywhere. You can just sit and be quiet and calm. And let's say for the 5 minutes, everything stops around you. And you listen to birds and feel the air or the wind on your face, on your hair. And you are just one with everything. That kind of peace. And seize it and see what kind of the reality you want to live in. Now, we live on the earth, so your reality has to be lined up with the life for the earth. And it has to also be aligned with the service to humanity. So don't lie there and see yourself be lovely Pleiadians. That comes after this life, that's gonna be planning, that comes after. Right now, we are creating the new reality for the life on earth. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get stuck yourself here for any more lifetimes if you don't want to. But you are needed. This is why you are here. You are light worker, you are starseed, you are Blu-ray, you are whatever you call yourself, a warrior of light. Angel, Pleiadians, Syrians, Orions. Again, guys, whatever name you are using for yourself, a rainbow warriors, the few that comes to my mind. You are here because you can set up this new reality for everybody here. So when you leave, this place is gonna be the most fabulous place ever. There's always gonna be up and down. There's always gonna be a fight between the light and the dark. But for now, we want to have a healthy earth. We want to have a healthy humans, healthy animals, healthy plants. So we want to have a healthy mineral kingdom, healthy plant kingdom, and a healthy animal kingdom, because human beings, we are the part of the animal kingdom. And we want to have an open pathway for the ascension. So I would say those are the 4 main things that I'm feeling right now. So forget about what is impossible in your life. Sit there and set your new beliefs. Set them in the way that everything is possible. Open a doorway to new possibilities and dream. Once your dream is quite solid, become a doer. Dreamer without doing doesn't achieve anything. Dreamer without doing, just to sit there and keep dreaming all day, may feel fabulous for the rest of their life, but it's not gonna accomplish anything. That's why we have our physical body, we have our feet, we have our hands, we have our head, we have our thoughts, we have a power to speak and express ourselves, whichever way it is. But when you express yourselves, that's how you move a dreamer energy into a doer energy. And that's how you manifest this new reality. So you take it just to one day at a time and start merging the dreamer with the doer. And the last step, which I heard probably on the Monday, and I was sharing it with my class, is to hold yourself being impeccable with your word. Now, there's a beautiful book, The 4 Agreements, that speak about the 4 agreements, and one of them is to be impeccable with your word, which means flawless, true, without a sin, which means the speaking up to true, or the speaking up positively. That's how I translate it to myself. When I speak my truth and when I speak positively, when I learn to withhold my judgment and criticism and sarcasm, which again in this particular time of our life, you are kind of influenced that that's how you should be. But if you withhold it, you hold yourself in the present time, and you really mean what you are saying, and you are feeling these new beliefs within you as this vibrational setting, and you really put out of your head that is absolutely not possible to do this and that, then that's what's gonna happen. You train yourself to it. You can do this. You can totally do this. So here is a quick example. When you're setting up the new belief and be impeccable at your word, it cannot be just out of your control, like, this is just what I want. It has to be in a service to everybody, and it has to be also aligned with the, soul contract of the other one. So as I shared with you in the other video, our little doggy Spada, our 6-year-old Chihuahua, has been very, very sick. And so we finally have learned that she has a bone tumor, bone cancer with her tumor. It's set in her neck and is pressing at her spine. It cannot be surgically removed. And of course, there is no medical cure for it. There's a way to extend her life, which I don't think is fair at this point, because she doesn't understand why she's having pain. She cannot express it. She cannot ask for more pain medicine or so much on. So creating these new beliefs and so much on after quite a few days of the heartbreak, our family heartbreak, we finally were able to get in that middle center state. And again, guys, there is no shame to have a heartbreak. There's no shame to falling down in your pit and be in your darkness and be there for a while, to really feel it, to see, why am I feeling like that? Where did I fail? Not only in this lifetime, but in the past lifetime. With Spada, we went all the way back actually to the Egypt, to that feeling that I couldn't save her, where she actually was in a different kind of the form. And there were other people that I could not save. And I'm very positive that many of us have that same kind of the feeling when we so strive to save the others. And sometimes there are just a situation when you couldn't. We were magicians, but we sure could not solve everything. And we had to follow the law of soul agreements and the soul wish. So I sat there with her and I started to imagine that her tumor will stop spasm, because it gave her the spasms all over the body, and that it calms down. And how do I know if Spada wants to heal or if it's time for her to go? Of course, we do the healing and we connected on the soul level. And I felt that she was undecided, that she is not sure if she is going to stay or if she's going to go, because she always wished to have a short lifetime. Now, this is something that I have felt since she was a tiny puppy, that she doesn't really want to be for the long time, that this dog incarnation is not exactly for her. And she was a human before, so it's quite a tough, I would say, come from the human level into the animal level. But there's definitely, she had her own personal reasons for it. And so we imagine, the tumor be not spasming or not giving out the pain. And that can mean many things. It can mean that it's gonna heal. It also can mean that it completely stop and it will be time to go. And we will honor it. So this is something, to giving that belief that that she's not in pain, that she's in the comfort, and she enjoy the best time that she has. Now, I'm very grateful to all of you who keep sending healing to Spada. And after about 4 or 5 days lying down as a zombie on the pain medicine, where we were, coming to agreement that it will be the time, Spada's spark up to life. She's walking around and wags her tail and doing her stuff and doing her little growling voices at the children and excited. She has this way of the speaking, and she's full of life and joy. You can see that she is more tired and doesn't have all that full energy as she used to have before. And so we watch for it. We also assist her with a pain medicine and the natural supplements as well to keep her comfortable. And we'll just take it a day by day and see where it's going to go. So my belief is that Sparta can be pain-free and that she can choose the life that she would like to have. I have seen her future life, and she's going to be born as a German Shepherd, very brave, come out of the little chicken that she is. She's a Chihuahua, but with a very kind of scary chicken personality. She's going to be a brave German Shepherd growing up in an amazing family who will love to go hiking and doing all those things outdoors, and she's going to have a very healthy and long life with them. And I'm very, very happy for her. So whenever that time will come, I told her, when the puppy is ready to be born, it is okay to go to that new life, to that new beginning. And in the meantime, we will enjoy with her what we have. And so this will be joyful time of our life. It will be joyful time of her. And that's our new belief. So the old belief is that, once you start Googling everything about the bone cancer, it is the most painful cancer that there is. What I read, and of course it's untreatable, and according to modern medicine and so much on. So instead of holding on that belief, like, this is it, and just, observing and where's the time, I believe that she can have a quality of the life. And it depends on her how long she chooses that quality of life and when her time will be go. That is called respect, respecting one's soul's choices. And I think that's very important as well. So in my belief, I see the earth here 7,000 years from now when that comet just flew by. I was trying to see it, but I didn't because, it's kind of light here and the street lights and the trees, and I really didn't want to travel anywhere because I want to be with Spada. But I was sitting here and I was hoping that 7,000 years from now, when the comet plus minus, when the comet flies by again, that there will be families who's going to be watching it, and they will be excited to get together. And, about the exciting part that the comet is flying by and they live, a good life. That they have their gardens and they have pets and they have their technology, that they don't have to worry about the scarcity of the food or the, wires or environment and so much on, that they take care of the earth and the earth is taking care of them. And that the journey that they take on the earth is pleasant and they are learning all the lessons that they have to. We know that these lessons, we break down, they are painful and hard, but perhaps once we come out of this cycle, we don't see them as a painful and hard as much as we see them in our life. So Spada taught me a great lesson, lesson in believing in her, letting go of what I want, letting go of my control, allowing myself to forgive for those that I could not save in the Egypt. Doesn't matter how much I wanted or how much I tried. And again, to respect the soul's wishes, that not everything has to be only from what my reality is up there, that it has to work collectively for everyone. So with that, I wish you the happy day and that you guys have an amazing few more days until the end of July. We just have to survive the July, and in the August, it's gonna get much more better. We're gonna walk through the Lion Gate again. Now, every year, if you look my videos, or I think many other people talk about it as well, there's a passage through the darkness into the Lion Gate. So what the greatest thing that in July was like the whole dark month, dark, and it's only 24th. So we have a very, very few days to go. I believe 6 more days, right? It was only the 30 days, 31 days. So we have 7 more days, and the next Saturday we're stepping into the August. And we can do it, people, because remember, you are never alone. So I share love and light from my heart to yours, and you have a fabulous end of the July.